When I step up, can't hold back, can't show out, just show face, no hype shit, you know that's me. Came through, that's old news, that backwood, get chopped, screw, can't pass shit, I don't know you, bitch, freeze me. When I step up, can't hold back, can't show out, just show face, no hype shit, you know that's me. Came through, that's old news, that backwood, get chopped, screw, can't pass shit, I don't know you, bitch, freeze me. Hop in the roof, gone. Feel like I'm too gone. Scream at the moon, dog. What would you do, dog? If you wanna move, dog? And people you know, they get so jealous, they wanna you screwed, dog. Niggas so fake. Shit, I did me for once. You couldn't take it. Since I can taste it, you know I'm the greatest. Muhammad Ali told me to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Spike Lee said, H.E. fight the power that be. If we don't, how the fuck are we expecting some peace? Y'all niggas got me in Z's. When I step up, can't hold back, can't show out, just show face, no hype shit, you know that's me. Came through, that's old news, that backwood, get chopped, screw, can't pass shit, I don't know you, bitch, freeze me. When I step up, can't hold back, can't show out, just show face, no hype shit, you know that's me. Came through, that's old news, that backwood, get chopped, screw, can't pass shit, I don't know you, bitch, freeze me. All I ever wanted to do was be a baller, a shot caller, hang with some brothers. Had some bad bitches in the crib that'll swallow. After that, I just take them hoes to get some Starbucks. I can never get addicted cause I'm inconsistent. If you decipher all my words, then that might cause some friction. I had some trouble in my youth, but I won't get specific. And I just wanna save my soul, so I keep my distance. I deal with demons on the daily. Motherfuckers call me crazy, I'm depressed, they call me lazy. Cheer me on, this shit so shady. I found love within myself, I'm the one that fucking raised me. No offense to my parents, but right now I feel amazing. After I graduated high school, I lost my mind almost. It took me 2 years to find out who I really was. When I step up, can't hold back, can't show out, just show face, no hype shit, you know that's me. Came through, that's old news, that backwood, get chopped, screw, can't pass shit, I don't know you, bitch, freeze me. When I step up, can't hold back, can't show out, just show face, no hype shit, you know that's me. Came through, that's old news, that backwood, get chopped, screw, can't pass shit, I don't know you, bitch, freeze me.
Hello, my lovies. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Miss Leah. Oh, oh. Hey, lady, smoke it, baby. Hey, Boo. Hey, Chance. Hey, Native. Hey, Spice. Hey, Tommy. Hey, Miss Rat. Now, with all due respect, with all due respect, we're going to go back down memory lane. Who doing that? Well, Mama did. Because, you know, we want to know. The question is, do people know right from wrong? See, a lot of things, like, I'm not entertained with it anymore. So sometimes I just watch the show the same way you guys are watching the show. But when we're talking about somebody's life here, it's a little bit different. And I really wish that people would do a little bit more research on something before they speak upon it with all due respect. So I had to look through my old stuff. Yes, I did. I looked through my old stuff and do some things because we will give that lady some justice. That lady's life has been taken from her. And what we're not going to do is say that, um, hey, little Miss Boss Lady, we're not going to say, we're not going to hold, we're not going to play, we're not going to do this because we are cool with them or we speak to them and we want them to do so much better. We're not going to overlook what they saw happen to Mama Dear. Oh, you done changed up. Hey, Shacky Washington, you done changed back up. Hey, Pokemon. What's up, Pokemon? What's up, Shaggy? But we are not going to do that. So we're gonna go back in time and hopefully they will see these things before they say certain things because a lot of people get in their feelings about that which they should because we've watched it, we've covered it, we've been up and down, side to side. We have seen the play. We done seen before Mama Dia got there, when Mama Dia got there. We've seen her go. I got you, baby. We seen her decline right in front of our eyes, and nobody did anything. So, um, this thing is so messed up. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. Right? But I'm going to start with Velvet first. Right? No, 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 no. I'm gonna start with somebody else first. And baby, I was working. I had to go find these videos, find the perfect spot for these videos. Yes, you guys had me working. You had me working. Because we ain't going to act like that lady was not abused. We're not going to act like that. And people did speak out. It's just the information is there. And then we're going to get to the part where I got to find that one also when they spoke upon that money for Sheba having that baby. Where, yeah, they have moved up and on and beyond beautiful. They got the coat beautiful. But that don't cover the goddamn lies that was told. And then you're still lying. And you want me to believe no, 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 no. We're not gonna do that with all due respect. Like some things I could pay no matter to, right? Certain things don't entertain me no more. Certain things I can listen to, it doesn't bother me. Because at the end of the day, whatever they're doing, they're hurting themselves, right? Or whatever they're doing, they're destroying themselves. I don't have to do commentary or like or dislike a lot of things, right? But this not something that I have been covering. I've been doing this. I have been covering it. This is what I do, right? So we're gonna start with an ex carbonation member. Let's see what he had to say. Y'all gonna stop playing with me, right? We're gonna go back down memory lane. So we're gonna put this evidence up there, so you don't even have to look for it. I got you. I got you. So just in case some of you guys missed it, we're only gonna catch it at the end. We ain't even watching the whole videos. Let's go.
Boy nigga shit. Like I was supposed to bow down because he ain't like what I said and how I stood up for myself. One day we was having a conversation at the table with the female, and Mama Dia was there because I met Mama Dia too. I met all them who was there when Mama Dia was alive, but I lasted 48 hours with them in that camp. And he said I brought Babylon with me, but I said Babylon is a thought. Babylon is everywhere. Babylon is a person who don't let a nigga redeem himself in the moment that he knows he's wrong, but in the same time he's trying to correct himself, but trying to come down on brother. And I'm a brother that you can't come down. And when I'm trying to correct myself, and then if you trying to make me feel like I'm a problem when I'm not, knowing that you're the cause of the effect of what is the John, because everything is cause of effect. Depending how you come at me is how I'm gonna come at you. You come at me politely, because I could take good criticism and bad criticism, but it better be coming from the heart, from a loving place, from love. Because if you could come, you could be you could criticize somebody in a negative way and not have no love for them. And that's how I felt when Nature Boy was coming at me when I first went to the camp. So if World News want to know the download, I'ma drop the download on niggas. I'm gonna do it on my platform, and if he wanna holler at me, now he's gonna have to come see me on my platform because what he did went behind my back and try to do an interview with me live without me even knowing, without me even talking to him one on one. But when you went behind me and try to interview me on live without me even knowing that that's what you was gonna do, because for some real shit, first I have to get the information. I have to hear you first up one on one, and then we're gonna talk this out. We're gonna bring this onto the table so we can make this shit foundation for us. And I ain't with that. My foundation is strong from when I started. That I went through, telling you that this is how I met Brother Polite, how I met Nature Boy. I'm moving forward on niggas. Now I'm standing strong. Now I'm not even mad at y'all no more. I already see the game it is, and I'm do my platform and invite those who are on the right state of consciousness, who want to bring 100% and do the wrong thing with it and still don't have no foundation. So what's going on with that? If Dr. Sebi got his foundation going on and he ain't here, and I'm still promoting such thing as diseases. It's diseases, but it's cures for all these diseases. That check it out. Because it's an alkaline environment of a pH level moving up. Other people's platform that's trying to make it a better thing. And with the herbs, you will have fast access to the herbs because Dr. You and how she heals you with the herbs. And Dr. Sebi was at 100.
Hold on, we're gonna get to it.
In due time, people will know the truth. And like right now, it is the time to tell the truth. You see, carbonation, I walked out of it because you're not going to use that reverse psychology. You know what I mean? Because it could be a physical thing or a mental thing. And before you try to mentally abuse me, before you physically abuse me, you better stay in your lane, man. Niggas can't size me up for what it ain't. So what I seen there, that it was not adding up to what I was seeing on the videos. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like I told niggas, you ain't gonna size me up and treat me like I'm the bottom of the sea when I'm trying to stay above the sea and above that, because so above, so below. Astrology,
As
biology.
above,
You
so
understand what I'm
below.
saying? Astrology so above and biology so below. And everything is on a neutral state. And if niggas can't come out me neutral, then what is the problem? And the reason why I left carbonation, because I ain't feel like I was giving an even exchange of energy. Niggas was trying to brother, Nature Boy know Master Chief. He know I'm Master Chief too. That's why he had to get me out of there as fast as I got there, because as soon as he used my energy for what it was that he was using me for, because that's what I felt he was using me, straight up for my Spanish and all that. And every time I stood in my lane, you try to degrade me or try to come at me like I was not doing my part trying to help you. So when I see that my part that was not, that you took, that my part was not benefiting you in the way that you wanted to, you try to size me up. But that fuckboy shit didn't work with you because you already know how I was giving it up. I was waiting for you to test me in that way because you tried to bully niggas, you try to intimidate niggas, and you can't intimidate real niggas. Them niggas know. You even said it, yo. Look at how you talking to me in my house, because you was talking to me like you was a killer, my nigga. Like we was in New York. You know what happens to niggas like you? I said, what happened to niggas like me? That's what I told them. Niggas like me ain't nothing gonna happen because niggas like you who talk like you before they even do something,
Hey,
I already
Tay.
got it on you, nigga. I got the drop, nigga. I know how to control my cooling. I know how to stay in my place. I don't get belligerent when shit get out of control, man. I get calm and collected. And the more I calm myself down, you know what I mean? And people don't like that, man. It could be a fucking shootout, being I'm the only nigga standing there just chilling, nigga, because ain't got nothing to do with me, man. Whatever's going on in the crowd is going on with the crowd. So the more the shit get out of hand, more say. You know what I mean? And what I seen in that camp, it ain't what it is. A lot of fucking fuckery, you know what I mean? And I'm in a respectful way because his knowledge is not gonna lie to you. He got his point, his truth, whatever his knowledge is or what he's trying to teach, it adds up mathematically. But when the cameras go off, man, there's a reverse psychology shit going on, trying to make you feel less than what you, trying to make you feel like you ain't nobody, like he's above you, like you need him at the end of the day. Like he said, you gonna need me when you leave. I ain't gonna need nothing. That's the thought I'm gonna leave you because I'm gonna rebuke that thought on the way out. I'm not looking for the entrance. I'm looking for the exit, and that's the problem with these niggas. These niggas think, and let me rephrase that word nigga, because a lot of people take that word nigga disrespectful, and anybody that I ever disrespected with the word nigga, it ain't towards, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way towards nobody. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to change that word to my lower self because my lower self try to test me all the time. So those who I offended, them goddesses and gods that I offended along the way in my journey using the
I'm
word nigga,
coming.
because I grew up in the hood. And in the hood, that's a word they niggas throw around for real niggas and fake. That's a fake nigga. That's a word that is not supposed to be used in the vocabulary, especially is, man. So my journey been long. And Nature Boy added it. He did some fuckery shit when them cameras is off. Because at the end of the day, you ain't gonna size me up. You ain't gonna belittle me. And you ain't gonna make me feel like I ain't. So everything they talking about on world news is bullshit, man. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody passing me no wives. Next thing come back to me like this nigga got something on me. Nigga, I'm a god. Any label that you try to put me, I'm beyond that, man. So if niggas try to put me as a
Get
chief,
to
man,
the
I'm a
Mama
master
Dia
chief, man.
part, man.
I'm eat the flare, man. You don't understand me. Even if you don't understand this message, all coming out of love, straight from the heart chakra. That's why I protect my heart with everything that I got. You understand what I'm saying? 'Cause that's all I got. My third eye lit straight from there. Now you trying to degrade everybody, then try to make them feel like they the problem when they not. Especially when they got a perfect point. You know what I mean? I helped him through his whole journey, man, until I left him because my journey was to get on the way out when he was talking to him and he must have lost communication with him for having miscommunication because saying, and I got to Costa Rica, I reached out to him when I got here yesterday and a couple of weeks ago, before I even like it's like say a week ago, not even a week ago, I reached out to him. And then I reached out to him again, and then I got here yesterday, and he ain't even answered to none of the texts that I sent him. That's one. So I know whatever communication he had with Nature Boy was some sour shit,
Hold
people,
up.
man. And since you already knew that I was on the way out, niggas just trying to treat me like some fucking, you know what I mean? Between the woman, they are bringing that confusion. And then when I see a man put his hands on a woman, that shit ain't adding up. Niggas lucky I ain't take a nigga face off, like niggas said. I'll take your face off, man, in an instant if y'all feel like I'm in danger. But I'm a nigga that let you pick
All
up.
right, we're gonna get to the right one, but this is the guy who said that Nature Boy was abusing Mama Dia. I'm gonna get to the right one. This ain't the right one, but hey, you get a little taste of other people that was in Carbon Nothing. Okay, that's another one that was there, right? But he had a talk with Mama Dia. I'm gonna get to that one, but until I get to that one, I'm going to find the one with Velvet. Then I'm going to find the one with Tron. Right? We're going to find these things. I got that. Okay? Hold your horses. I want to get that correct one. Let me see if I can find that one first. Right? That's the one I want. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know where it go. Is it this one? Don't make me dig like that. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Well, even who? It's all right. I made it home. Boop boop. Time to sip and take no notes. All right. So let's get to Velvet, right? Let's see what she had to say. Being that um let's see. Then we're gonna get to Tron. I wanted to say Velvet for last, but we're gonna see. We're gonna go into what Velvet had to say. Let's go.
Medea. Finally.
And even talking to him about taking her to the doctor or has the control. He has the authority. There was nothing that I could have did for Mama Dia other than feel like I need to. So in that moment, I taking your medicine. because this lady came to me. She came to me when
Purge and get it out. A lot of people are like, why are they talking about it? Because damn it, they went through it, and purging is good for the soul. If you feel like do it and allow them to do it. So we're going to listen to this.
Now listen.
This lady came to me. She came to me one day. I swear to God, I cried all day.
She said, Mama Dear came to her, right? This is what I was trying to explain yesterday. Mama Dear came to her, right? She is not feeling well. And it cannot take away the fact nobody did nothing. And if everybody there all of a sudden nobody get up out of here. Get up out of here. Where we at? She said she came to me. Let's go.
I didn't know what to tell lady. To me, and she said, and I'm gonna talk about this on another live because this is another topic. She came to me and she said, at the time she called me Nana, I believe. She said my leg is hurting, and I said, have you been taking your medicine? Because
she said my leg is hurting. Let's go.
I knew that. Well, before she came, Nature Boy had a conversation with her. I was always outside these conversations. I never did these conversations that he had with other women. When she came, I only knew bits and pieces. I knew she took medicine for her condition. And so when I asked her, was she taking her medicine? She said, yeah, I'll take it every now and then, but only when I feel like I need to. So in that moment, I told her, I was like, well, if you took your medicine and you still feeling, some kind of way, I think you should just ground. That's what I told her. I said, you should ground. You should just ground. And I said, or if you really feel like something is wrong, you should talk to Nature Boy because he has the control. He has the
You hear that? If she's feeling a certain type of way, talk to Nature Boy because he has control. And I'm also going to get to the video where they took her medicine. So which means they had control of her taking her medicine. And Nature Boy has the control. Let's carry on.
authority. There was nothing that I could have did for Mama Dia other than go to Nature Boy and tell her she needs to go to the hospital. So when I told her that, she knew she couldn't go, or she felt like she couldn't go.
She knew she couldn't go. You heard that? She knew she couldn't even go and discuss with this man. I don't feel good. Let's carry on.
Her fear of going to Nature Boy and even talking to him about taking her to the doctor or taking medicine, whatever it is that she needed.
Or taking her medicine. She needed to go to Nature Boy to take her medicine. Let's go.
She didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing. And by the time you know it, she passed away. A couple days later from.
So this is her speaking on
You
Mama.
hear this? She was sick and they left her sick. And a couple of days later, she ascended. So they let this lady go through everybody, went about their business, and left this lady in agony for days after she already made it plain, I don't feel good. And at that point in time, the nature nut who can make the call, she says he has the power. Even he's seen her sick. Nobody called the doctor and nobody gave her medicine. She said they did nothing. Nothing. So once you have the power for somebody life or death, life or not here, that means you the cause. Let's go.
Medea. Finally, after all this time, on what happened to Mom Medea.
That her leg was hurting. And I'm not no nurse, so I don't, if somebody come to me with some medical situation. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's going on with them. And you know what? You know what? You know fucking what?
And you're going to tell me people don't know right from wrong. People know right from wrong. Even if we're going to go through that too. We're going to go through, do people know, even though they're brainwashed, and yes, they're doing stuff that even though they have belief in something, that still doesn't make it right. They just believe what they're doing, but they still know it's wrong. Or you will never have regrets if you know something is wrong. You do get a feeling when it's right or wrong. So you have a belief against a feeling. Yeah, because you are brainwashed and you follow orders, people still know it's wrong. That's why their mind is messed later. That's why they do drugs or whatever that they do. Some people cannot sleep at night because they made bad choices because they were following orders under either wherever that they are in. The same way some people give orders and they say you got to pop that person, and then that person don't want to take them out, so they'll pop them in the knee or pop them in the leg. They still did the job, but they knew unaliving somebody is wrong. So you make a conscious decision because you don't want to be ousted. You don't want to get beat up. You don't want to be looked as a person who is not on the frequency. So you're so busy worrying about what they're going to think and say to you, how low they're going to make you feel. You're thinking about all of the repercussions of you not doing what's told. So you make a choice and you do what they tell you to do because you don't want the repercussions.
I was pregnant. I was pregnant when Mama Deal was there. And that lady took care of me. I swear to God, that lady took care of me. And it wasn't no take care of me because she wanted to get close to Nature Boy. She took care of me because she seen what I was going through. that lady was an Aquarius. That lady was an Aquarius Sun Cancer Moon just like me. That lady had the same heart that I had. She didn't want none of that. She didn't want none of that shit to go on with carbonation, none of it. And she did what she could. But before she could even leave, she passed away because of Nature Boy's negligence. Because of Nature Boy's negligence. Tanisha Malika just got out the hospital off of her deathbed because of Nature Boy. Because of him. Not because of me. Not because of somebody else. Not even because of her, but because of him. Because of the shit he put her through. Yeah, she might have agreed to going through it and being in it and shit like that, but it's not those people's fault.
It's like I always say, just because you can take advantage of someone doesn't. That's what Nature Boy has done. And to me, the immense guilt. The more Velvet speaks, the more that comes out. Velvet was with him.
I gotta find the whole one to that. Now we're gonna get to Tron, right? We're gonna get to Tron because everybody has said something, right? They all said something. Now let's get to Tron. I gotta find my old bit. Then we're gonna get to the daughter. We're gonna get to the daughter, but I'm gonna skip past the daughter, a lot of the parts of it. And if you guys want to see the whole thing, check the video out.
when it came to Velvet specifically, which there was only 2 occasions that I really saw. You know what I'm saying? The other ones were held in private. So a lot of what he did was invite other people that you're going to tell things to that you won't tell everybody in that group with. You feel what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it's like a part of the group. Is that there's always a point. You know what I'm saying? Even me and Rambo had talked about this one time, where there's a point when you're in the group where you're always asked, like, is there anyone that disagrees? Is there any discrepancies? You know what I'm saying? And no one ever speaks up because yes man thing when other people are yes men, and because it's just it's what everyone else wants to do. You know what I'm saying? And I could say for me, because of the knowledge and because of how I looked up to this person, that's really what made me like, all right, yeah, I mean, this is something I agree with. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? The way that Mama Dia thing went down and such like that, I can definitely speak on that, and I could definitely say for me, I hold myself accountable because it's not right. You know what I'm saying? How things went down with Mama Dia, because Mama Dia definitely was someone that was dear to me. She was such sweet. You know what I'm saying? When she first came there.
Now, if somebody's saying it's not right the way stuff went down, right? That nobody is saying what went down. Nobody is still saying what went down. Only that guy right there, when I'm dig through my videos, where he said that she was yelled at and screamed at and she was scared of. And if somebody's suffering from a bad heart, why would you even treat them that way? Why would you know that the lady has a bad heart and she's getting abused? That's why he said we didn't how that went down. So if anybody think that they're going to get the truth out of somebody, it ain't gonna happen, because you will hear them speaking in codes. You will never. Then don't say what happened. It's not right the way things went down. That means things was done to that woman. Stop playing. And the things that happened to her, you cannot say, well, this is because of what they believe. That's bullshit.
That's really what made me like, all right, yeah, I mean, this is something I agree with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The way that Mama Dia thing went down and such like that, I can definitely speak on that, and I could definitely say for me, I hold myself accountable because it's not right. You know what I'm saying? How things went down with Mama Dia, because Mama Dia definitely was someone that was dear to me. She was such sweet. You know what I'm saying? When she first came there, because I was there when she first showed up. You know what I'm saying? No one else was really there. It was just me and Nature Boy at that time, and she was there. And she was so sweet. You know what I'm saying? She was so sweet. She had medication and such like that. And at that point in time, it was said, like, she didn't want to take it. She really didn't want to take the medication or whatever. So, what I'm saying, we're like, all right, cool. But there was no extensive research or extensive questions asked about her health. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I wish I could have done, is asked more about the health and the state of her. You know what I'm saying? Because if someone's on medication and they're coming to the tribe, but they say they don't want to take the medication, you should really ask further questions, because that person is
See,
in
he's
your
trying
life
to
now,
wiggle
and
his
that
way
person,
out of it.
what I mean, it's their life. You feel what I'm saying? But it's also your life. So if someone comes into your reality, if someone comes into your personal space and says, I don't want to take medication or whatever, you should be like, okay, well, why don't you want to take this medication? Is there a reason? And even
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, what are your conditions? You know what I mean? What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's get the details behind
See, I trying to
why,
everybody wiggling
and
their
what
way
you're
out of
even
it.
taking the medication for, before you just make a decision and you're in my personal space. You know what I'm saying? Because this could be something that could be costly down the road. You know what I'm saying? And if I had done my own due diligence, and if I had been more attentive and more aware, and more paying attention to the details, I would have asked those questions, and I definitely would have had a voice and had spoken up. You know what I'm saying? But
No,
I
you
didn't,
wouldn't have.
and that's something right there that I hold myself accountable for, because I definitely should have spoken up in those moments.
Spoken up when what?
Um, someone asks, is Eligio my higher self? No, absolutely not. I think that you are your higher self. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So you know,
Now,
um,
you hear and see the double talk, right? How do you go from things that was done to her? I didn't like the things that was done to her. Then you double talk it. That's why I said you ain't never going to get the real story. It 1 minute Velvet says you can't ask nothing. Now he's saying he should have asked her about the medication. And then that's why I said there is something about this medication that is being left out. We can say all we want that she didn't want to take it, but Velvet just said she wasn't feeling good. And then asked Nature Boy for her to either go call the hospital or get her medication. She said nothing happened. And they are not, none of them are going to speak out because they watched this lady for days. They saw her deteriorating and nobody did nothing. Nobody made a phone call. Nobody did sugar honey iced tea. And then even after the act was done, they all still covered it up. They all still covered it up. They watched this stuff happen. Now, before I go to let my old video play and speak for itself, I wanted to go right here, right? I want to go right here. Now, it says knowing right from wrong, right? To know what things are good and what things is bad. He is old enough to tell right from wrong, right? To tell right from wrong, definition and meaning. Let's check this out. We're gonna just like check it out, right? The result: two generations of students cannot tell right from wrong, good from evil, just whatever. Okay. These examples are programmatically compiled from various online sources to illustrate current uses of the word to tell right from wrong, right? Oh, goodness gracious. We want to see. Ooh, this thing moving slow. Okay. Now, brainwashed or converted, right? Because, see, what they're trying to do is change up. They're trying to change up, putting in religion, which they're not a religion, they are a cult. So now they're trying. My thing is to establish: do people feel when something is right or wrong? Do oops. Do someone feel when uh do somebody feel right or wrong? What is feeling right or wrong? The truth is, there is no right or wrong way to feel anything. You owe yourself to feel your capacity, however you want to feel it, whenever or whatever. What you do not owe to yourself is trying to adjust how you think. Okay, how do people know what's right or wrong? Right? There are many ways in which we can achieve moral understandings by perception, by first personal experience, and even by moral testimony, right? What does it feels? What does it feel right? Okay, why do my emotions feel wrong? When can people tell right from wrong? Now listen. Children know the difference between right and wrong before they reach the age of 2. According to new research published today, scientists has found that babies aged between 19 and 21 months understand fairness and can apply it in different situations, right? Now, I say all that to say this, right? You will have some people, when you have kids, right? And if people don't know what's right and what's wrong, how do you know that you are either violating or being violated? If a child has no knowledge of what's right or what's wrong, how does a child know that they're being violated? The same way you could feel something is wrong, then if you're doing something, you also have that feeling. So even though people could be knowing that something is wrong and they're knowing that they're being violated, but it's also a thing that there's nothing they can do. Same way if you're in a cult or something, or if you're in any of these religious sectors, a lot of them still know it's wrong. But they take orders and they still do what they do. A hostile situation would make you do wrong things. It doesn't take away that it's still, you still did something wrong. That doesn't mean you cannot be forgiven. And we know this situation that you were in, and we know the environment that you were in, then you still can be forgiven. But again, we have selected outrage when it comes down to people doing stuff that's right and wrong. Like when you have to make a choice here. If you're going to say somebody's in a cult or religion and they're brainwashed, so they don't have no control of what they do, then the same thing should go for people. That's a lot of people in jail should be set free because of the hostile environment. That's like if a child is hungry, really really hungry, they have no food at home, they're being abused at home. There is no food coming in. And that child now goes to the store and takes something to eat. Why we don't give that same person grace and want them to do better also? They're still in the same messed up environment. They're still being controlled by either their parents or cult leader. So why, they're still brainwashed also? They still doing things that they would not normally do to survive also. But the first thing we do is we'll call that child a thief. Hey, Lola, my baby. Hey, sweetie. It's always good to see you. You understand? We can't give them a pass without giving them a pass. You understand what I'm saying? We can't say, oh, they had no knowledge of this and Nature Boy made them do that. But what about a child? And I mean children that's 13 and 14 years old. When they living in a bad environment also, and the environment is also hostile. A lot of them don't have no clothes or whatever. So they're surviving also. But we're so quick to put them in the jail. But now you're going to say, hey, these people did not make these choices because they was under Eligio. Well, these kids did. But then these kids made a choice, and you got 50 million reasons why they should not have either stole the clothes or stole the food. And you also know their environment that they live in, but they get no grace. Nobody turns around and now give them money or whatever. You know what they do? They have to see a judge. A lot of people, wherever they go, they can't get deprogrammed neither. Same way y'all got beat and forced to do things. A lot of people got beat and forced to do things. And they know it was wrong too. But a lot of people are sitting in jail right now that was forced to do something too. We cannot have selected outrage. And I'm talking about if you know the environment that they're in. If you know their stomachs is growling and they are hungry. The kids are innocent, but they grown folks are stupid. Some may what again, you could still be underage. And remember, if you're underage, that could be from 14, 15, 16, and 17. If your stomach is growling and you are hungry and you don't know how to get a job, you don't know, all you have been doing all your life is surviving. I mean, if that can go for carbonation, they're 17, 18, 19, and 20. So again, the same rule apply. They're old enough to make decisions. The same way you want them to be old enough to make the right decisions, living in the household that they have lived in. So how are these cult people who had been brainwashed and gaslight, so have these set of people? We cannot have selected outrage. We cannot say all the stuff that they've been in, and then the next set of people who have similar stories, they're just not in a cult, but the story is the same. Their lifestyle is the same. They have found kids locked in dog and kids that was locked in dog cages. They have kids that was fed pet food. But whatever they do after that, they will be going to jail. They're going to say, well, you should have got yourself a therapy. Well, certain things was done way more harsh than some people in this cult place. They've seen a lot, but some other people seen a lot too. So because they don't have the cult under their name and did not receive the help, whatever they do after that, they're going to hear what happened to them, but they're still going to jail. And once they get therapy or don't get therapy, whatever they do after they was took from that hostile environment, they're going to jail. Yeah, they want to fit in, exactly. But I'm saying, Lola, I'm talking about the selective outrage, right? We don't want to hold them responsible, and we're so happy and glad that they got out, which we are happy and glad that they got out. But are we supposed to take a not forget about everything that they have done? And we can't forget about another person's tragedy, abuse, but we supposed to, and they didn't even do nothing. We got kids they ain't even do nothing. They didn't even watch nothing. So, like, how do you do that? How does somebody like lose their life and you blame it on the person when the environment that they was in was hostile? How do you say is their fault and they should have did this and they should have done that? But with the next breath, you say Eligio has all the power. So it doesn't matter what she could have done. She couldn't have did it. Eligio has the power. And as that lady was getting sick, just like other members there, they sat there and let them get sick. They let them get to the point of no return where they had to end up going to the doctor. And you can't say they believe that he is God. And you cannot say that because of what he says that that he's going to cure them, because it has been proven that he can't. So you cannot believe that anymore. It's been proof there in Carbon Nothing, because it wasn't even a nation, it was just a bunch of people going from country to country to country. So they wasn't even a nation. They didn't even have a nation. We got to even stop saying that. So if it's been proven that he cannot save lives because people done passed away and then people got sick, nothing he did cured it. The man talked about science or whatever. The man ain't know not one flower. Majority of the stuff Nature Nut found out from, that was from the people in the comments telling him what you could do. He didn't have no type of classes about this, what this herb do, what that herb do. He never showed us some video where he's talking about healing. He talked about food and all this other stuff, but did he really talk about the food? Did he really talk about what's in the food? And how this herb can, how it does, nothing cures you. If you have something, you just live better. Nothing really cures you. If you have it, you have it. If it goes away, it goes away. Certain things cannot go away. You just got to live with it the best way you can. Right? So I'm going to get back to the daughter. But oh yeah, I just wanted you to know that people from the age of 2, before they reach the age of 2, right? Research shows toddlers understand right from wrong at 19 months, right? Now, what happens if someone doesn't know what's right from wrong? An anti-personal disorder. Now, you hear this? Which they did not have. And it don't say brainwashing, right? MK Ultra is something totally different. Sometimes called sociopathy is a mental health condition in which a person consistently shows no regard for right or wrong and ignores the right of others and their feelings, right? Do people naturally know what's right from wrong? In contrast, most people have a conscience. Not only do they have a general sense of right and wrong, but they also understand how their actions affect others. Conscience is sometimes described as that voice inside your head, right? This is naturally. People have a general sense. So again, even if somebody still does something because of being brainwashed, they still have a sense of what's wrong. They still have a sense of that, right? So we're going to have to go back to the daughter. Let the daughter explain this stuff. I'm trying to find a video where the guy said they took her medicine, they unpacked her stuff, took her medicine. Let me just check this out real quick. Hopefully she got that in there. Hopefully somebody's gonna save me sometime. Hey Blanchy Pooh, what's up, my Pooh Bear? Oh, this daggone internet is acting retarded.
Yes. This is how I woke up in my tent this morning. Look at right here. I'm going to cut the ends off, the dead ends, the part that I have to take them off so it could do what it needs to do. Yes. So just detach yourself and leave Babylon because she has already been judged. And if you don't want to share her judgment, yeah, do what is right. Give your pot back to the earth. Give your water back to the earth. Get closer to the sun. Eat right and and love yourself. So I'm learning. It's a process. Take care reflections. Here's my transformation from this morning. It's all gone. All this is natural. It'll do what it's supposed to do naturally. So I'll take you on my journey with my locks.
Now watch her start
Yes,
declining.
beautiful. It feels so good. I feel so good. Yeah. You can do it too. It'll grow back. It'll grow back better naturally. And sorry it took this long, but it's okay. I did it. Welcome back. It's my second morning out in tropical Cancer, and this is my view.
Mama Dia didn't know she would.
And this is my tent. I have two views. There's the ocean. And this is my tent.
I slept good last night. I gave my pot to the earth early this morning. I know. It was good. It was a good experience. I was so happy to be able to do that. There's the sun peeking through the clouds. Look at it. It's beautiful.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Now nobody there but them. Nobody at that beautiful waterfall
The
but them.
waterfall.
Having
Yes.
trouble in paradise.
Paradise.
Nobody's there but them. They should have gave you a clue. Something wrong with the water.
Uh-huh.
Only them is there.
There's a rock somewhere.
All that algae and stuff in that water. Nobody there but them.
Uh-huh. Natural.
I gotta cut that music. I gotta fast forward that music. Sorry.
Eat the food that I tell you to eat. I have a meal set regimen for you. It's on my page. If you need me to send it to you, I will send it to you. But you are, yes, I feel your soul. I feel you. I don't know why you caught me at the right time. I haven't had internet in a while, but yes, yes. You're welcome, Mama. Mama's very pleased. Okay, reflection. I'm gonna need you to start eating vegan only. Vegan only, okay? Completely vegan. Do not put anything in your body that has meat or blood in it. Do not put any.
It's grounded movie. Watch that movie. It'll give you all the knowledge and information. I'm not playing.
Seem hard to, leave their family, or some might have on their mind.
Now, if you listen to the way she's speaking, you will hear the slur in her speech. Now, if you've seen her like this, she's talking really nice and straight. You will hear the slur in her voice. Look at her eye and look at the side of her face. How we noticed this and nobody else there noticed this. Again, they watched this. That's why he said it's messed up the things that happened, but nobody didn't say what happened to Mama D. What is messed up and what are the things that happened? What are the things that happen? Regardless of, there is no we believe he the God. No, y'all believe. The belief is we believe people are supposed to like not take their meds and just pass away right in front of our face. So in that case, if that is true and that is Nature Boy's belief, then it could happen to him. They just let him go. They just let him go. Hey, it's his belief, right? So if he's sick, don't do nothing because it's his belief. So shouldn't he heal himself? We're not going to do that. Well, let's carry on. But I want you to listen to her speech.
Minds about, sickness, heart problem, high blood pressure, things like that, getting to the doctor, things like that. Welcome to the room, Barry.
Look at
Yeah.
the difference in her face and everything. And remember, he makes them get on camera. He make them get on camera. So these are the things that she has to say. But look at her compared to when she first got there. Look at her.
Yes, and one thing from my experience, I had heart failure years ago, and I had been taking pills for that. But the thing about heal your DNA. If you get closer to the tropics to get that DNA
direct sun, it will help you heal. And the thing about moving, you're going to heal your DNA. If you get closer to the tropics to get that direct sun, it will help you heal, and it will heal you. And naturally, there's a fear, especially if you're going somewhere you've never been before, or you don't have any family there. This might be something on your mind as well. And people who are
Look up.
retired or
People
maybe
who.
living on a fixed income, just want to let you know that your income will go longer, go
Look, she can't even talk right.
yeah, will go longer here because it's reasonable to live here. Rent isn't expensive, and my suggestion is that you hook up with someone else. If you are an older person, and you feel that you don't think you could leave your family or something like that, you're vibrating to this frequency. Your heart is in your DNA to leave, to do the right thing, to get on the right path, and do what is right. To the tropics, between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, you are gonna heal yourself. I've been here
Look like she
2
want to
months,
cry.
2 months and a week. And when I first came, I took like half of my
See, she's been there 2 weeks, 2 months, and a week. Look at the difference from when she first got there. Look at this still picture of this lady right now. She came there vibrant and talking regular. Now listen to her speech and everything. Look at this lady's face.
medicine, half of the pills, and I skipped days, a couple of days at a time, and take half. And then, like in 2 weeks, I wasn't taking any. And it's been 3 months now, and I haven't had any effects, Before I did that before, when I lived in America, oh my goodness,
Hey,
it took
Diesel.
3 weeks, and
Wow.
I couldn't even hardly walk a block. That's how bad that was. But evidently, my body has been healing, and it's been 3 months. And I just wanted to share that, for those who might be ill or worried about making that transition, to the tropics. You all you have to do is to have direct deposit. You can use your debit card here, and
You listen. All you have to do is you went from healing to all you have to do is use direct deposit. So she's nervous, as you can see. We know what she's saying is not the truth, but he's using her right now as a money grab. Send your money here. You can look at her and tell that is not true. Look at her 3 months later.
to get money, to pay for your housing, food, and things like that. If you worried about leaving your family, well, you can't be afraid. When you want to do, when you're on the righteous path, when you want to do what's right, you have to put trust, faith in the universe to take care of you. And
For her biological family, which was in Honduras and other places around the world. We was getting in touch with everybody. This is why we wanted to make sure that everything happened, and we contacted all of her biological.
Now look at all these people. Look at all these people. They ain't shed a goddamn tear. Well, let's go.
Family and honoring her, making sure that her body was sent to them. They wanted it, her body is being shipped to Honduras. So that's what we were going through. And it was a big shock on the family. It was like, whoa, out of nowhere. It's when you hold the creed and what that
We don't want
taking care and attending to, and this is a very painful process.
Islam will tell you this person died, and then you'll cry. Christ conscious. The Christ conscious is here. What she stood for.
Something so personal to people outside of my family and close friends. This is a very painful process to go through, and the healing is different for everyone. So there's a lot of healing that has to happen within my own family, with my husband and our kids, with my mom's brother, sister, aunties, uncles, females, cousins, everyone, nieces and nephews, uncles and aunties, and the family and friends that she had. So everyone is healing in a different way. And you may find that we don't speak about this online because, number one, priority is family, tending to the living, and honoring the dead, those who have passed, and taking care and attending to any of the needs that arise related to that. That's number one priority. And so any energy or time able to give emotionally has been directed in those directions. I understand that a lot of people want to know lots of information online about what happened with my mother. She passed away in 2018 in June after being with a group, a U.S. citizen-based group that travels throughout Central America. They call themselves carbonation or melanation, and the members change frequently. And you may have read or seen stories of people that live there in horrible conditions. She arrived there in April of 2018, and by the end of June of 2018, we received a phone call in the morning from Eligio Bishop stating that my mother had passed away during the night. And so that is what happened to my mom that year. Anything related to that, we have spent our time and energy in trying to resolve. But I think people outside of our family are left wondering what happened and what the details were. Like I said, this is an emotional topic to talk about, and so you will not have seen us online. And so essentially, in July of 2018, beginning of the month, I had contacted the Honduran consulate in Mexico, which is standard protocol. If someone who is traveling overseas or out of the country encounters a crime or a situation, such as my mom did. She passed away, and the report officially says through heart issues. However, the details of what caused those issues have not really been shared by the individuals that were there with my mom. And so certain questions haven't still been answered, not been returned, and in fact, we have refused to return them. And so, as my mom was traveling with this U.S.-based group named Carbonation, led by Eligio Bishop, and with a variety of other members' names who I will share in a moment. But as she was traveling with them, since she passed away, and as a Honduran, I contacted the consulate. And so what we stated was, I want to file a report with the Honduran consulate due to some disturbing facts in this case. My mother, a Honduran citizen, died in Palenque, Chiapas, Mexico, while traveling. The associate she was traveling with is named Eligio Bishop, and he turns her into the morgue in Chiapas, Mexico, without clothing, just her body. And she has stolen and kept all of her ID, passport, phone, and items, including clothing, jewelry, and any possessions that she had while she was traveling with them. Eligio has refused to turn them in, upon me asking many times to return the item of the individual, my mom, who passed away. It seems like a standard procedure to do. And when someone keeps those, that is theft. In addition to that, Eligio recorded The phone calls, when calling each of us to tell us that our mother had passed away. He recorded when he called my mom's best friend, which we didn't know at the time that he was recording our phone calls. But as he contacted my mom's best friend, myself, my brother, my mom's husband at the time, and other family members, he recorded their phone calls. In addition to that, which doesn't make sense to me at all, which we did not know at the time when he called us to say that my mom passed away and we were trying to get information. But he had been recording our calls from the beginning. In addition to that, he's been playing those recordings live as a stream on his social media channels. Alicio, as well as Rambo, Natural, Velvet, Shiva, Tron, they were all individuals that were there. And when I asked for anyone's real name, I kept getting all these nicknames. So I asked Rambo for his real name and he would not give it. So I'm on the phone with individuals that my mom was staying with and who had seen her last, and no one was willing to give me information. In any case, they said they spoke with police about her death, my mother's death. But when I asked for a name of the officer or a copy of the report, Rambo said that he didn't have one. He didn't get a name or a police report number or a name of the officer that he spoke to. So in addition, I also want to know how I can file a police report in Chiapas for theft of her belongings, as well as further questions as to what my mother was doing the day she passed away, the days leading up to, because after repeatedly asking on the phone what my mom was doing the days leading up to, because she usually asks for assistance or she has some sort of signs or symptoms, and so my husband and I have been asking for that information. They all stated that they cannot talk about that right now. They said there was no time to talk about that and that we needed to hurry up and take care of the body. One of our family members was able to officially legally claim my mother as a relative so that the funeral director was able to prepare my mother, which means embalm her, and prepare her to be shipped back home to Honduras. Now, when I asked Eligio multiple times to mail my mother's ID, birth certificate, phone, and personal items to me, he said no, they are all keeping it. He has sent threatening things about me and my mother in writing on an online forum. He wrote, "You're dead. Stop worrying about material things. Your mother was dead long before she came down here to us. Don't worry about where we're located. You'll never find us in many lifetimes." And I have printed images of those statements in writing. These are the statements that he made in an online forum while streaming the phone calls of myself, and if not myself, my brother, my mom's husband at the time, and her best friend, family member that he called to tell them that my mom had passed away. He recorded those conversations without their knowledge and played them online in a public forum. But I listed on my report to the consular. Of course, the first one that Eligio turned in my mother without any clothing, and also not including any of her belongings to leave with her when they delivered my mother's body to the morgue. No legal papers for her, nothing. Eligio and the others also left the funeral home very quickly, I found out later. By the time our family was able to talk with the funeral director on the phone, Eligio and the others were gone. During these phone conversations with Eligio and Rambo, and she then go let a natural, and whoever was on the speaker, which when I asked to speak to my mother's friends, who are my mother's friends, I want to speak to them and see what mom was doing. Then Alicia says, they're all right here. You're on speaker. Her whole family are here. They're all like, hi, we're all here. Okay, so I hear like 4 or 5 other voices. So some of these individuals were involved in moving my mother after she passed away and taking her to the morgue. But they didn't stay very long. So a lot of the time when we're talking to them, they probably already left. And they kept avoiding our questions that we asked. We wanted more details about what happened because mom was a very active person before she arrived there. Sure, she did vegan eating before she arrived. She did vegetarian eating before she left to go there. But she was also a manager of a store. She worked 6 days a week. She traveled across the country a couple of times in the last year before she left to go there. So there were some details missing. She isn't just all of a sudden. Now, I did see a video in which she stated she stopped taking her medication. And it's very convenient to be able to capture someone in one moment saying that they stopped taking the medication. As many people know, with any heart medication, people do skip days and feel like maybe they can scale back, and then they switch back on to taking medication. Now, my mother did that from time to time, but she would see if she could not take some for a few days, and she'd take them again. When my mother traveled to go with this group that we had never met, and who myself and my husband did not trust, none of my family members trusted this group. But when she left with about 2 months worth of medication with her. Now, someone who's traveling to go visit a place and takes that much medication with them is planning to continue to care for their health while they're there. And she made a very specific, conscious choice to make sure to fill that prescription and have those ready for her when she went down there. Okay. So, Alicia's friend Rambo, which I don't know his real name because he did not give one over the phone, claims to have contacted the police. My mother died, like I stated, but he said he did not get the police report number or the officer's name. Well, who just informed me that my mom passed away and she's in a completely different country. Of course, I want to get the names of the people. Like, this is a serious situation. And when I ask for his first and last name, he doesn't say anything. It just becomes crickets. I tell them my uncle is working on going through the proper channels and is handling that. I have the time to speak on this. We are not wasting time doing this. He's handling one thing. So stop interrupting my uncle's conversations or my uncle's calls and let him focus on getting that done and take care of my mother. You guys can talk to me right now. We are here and we can answer these questions. But they would never want to answer them. So it was on July 20th that Eligio played these audio recordings live on his online show. He also showed a written copy of her death certificate online. And you could hear each person crying as they found out my mother passed away. Well, I also just looked at the Eligio Bishop is a U.S. citizen and has gotten into trouble throughout Central America, arrested in Costa Rica and fought with police, trouble in Honduras, and he fled, and now Mexico. And that he is a danger and needs to be found questioned. When my mom went to visit Carbonation, she went and landed in Belize. And yet, they moved around quite a bit to the point that they ended up in Mexico, which was never her first intention, first of all. So apparently this group moves around a lot. We definitely all did. Another thing I'll say, that was when, like I stated, she took her medication up there for a huge supply. And so she was definitely planning on taking care of her health, even if she was trying out some different eating methods. That was never her intention to just throw everything away and feel like she was at the end of her life, because she wasn't. My mother was only 59 years old. She was very vibrant, like I stated. In any case, the contact that we had with carbonation was very dangerous. It was very, his interactions with individuals just didn't seem right. And what I noticed is that they tried to have the women look very happy, or the women look like they're doing great. So it kind of makes you feel like maybe this is okay, but the things he says just sounds very idiotic, and very overpowering, to the point that you're aggressive and lording over the individuals that you're around in your group. And you definitely never felt comfortable with my mom going down there for anything like this. So in any case, some of the things we asked Elysium during that live stream, I have like 6 different copies of the type of sentences he said. Of course, the live stream, who knows where it went, and all the comments disappear after a while. But what you'll see is we've got quite a few people that liked and loved what Nature Boy stated, Major Bishop stated that was very cruel and rude. And so a lot of people still support these individuals. And so, we never had a positive reflection or positive vibration from this group. Always concerned and worried, and very, very sad and heartbroken that my mom was no longer with us. This necklace is actually one of the last things that she gave me before she left. She visited us in 2017, visited lots of family. So we had just very recently seen her, probably like 9 months before she went to carbonation. Some of the things that we didn't know when my mom was there are also disturbing. There are certain things that we found out after my mom passed away, and when they came to light, it made us even more worried and concerned about the circumstances that my mom was living in before she passed, and if she truly had access to the outside world. I'll say this. Number one, upon arriving in Belize, she was supposed to be picked up by someone at the airport, someone from the carbonation melanated group. And instead, she got a phone call, and they said she would have to take a cab out to where they were. Now, we discovered this later on from my mom's best friend. As we have been communicating as a family in a whirlwind about what just happened, and we're all sharing information, our little tidbits as we start talking. And she stated that, right from the jump, something happened that wasn't right, and she was concerned. And then, so my mom arrives there. Now, my mother, who was very sincere in her journey, who already was eating healthy in her own life, was just taking another, step from what she saw. She had a box of her pots mailed to her down to the carbonation area. And when the box of items arrived, she's like, we're going to cook. They do a cooking show, they're vegan and natural, and so we're going to be using things from nature and the environment. And I figured having some really good quality cooking pots would be great. And instead, when the box arrived, and when she told them that there was a box coming for her, she was scolded. And those are the words that my mom used, that she was scolded.
You hear that? She was scolded.
for having something alive getting mailed to them because no one's supposed to know where they're supposed to be.
You hear?
According to Alicia, it was because that way tons of people don't show up there, and then there'd be too many people that want to come to this awesome place. Who scolds someone who's 59 and just showing up with a sincerity to cook with good quality utensils, and then you're going to scold her? And she sounded worried when she contacted her best friend and said, you know what? I need you to not send those items because I just got scolded for having those things being shipped here. Can you please just cancel it? And her friend tried to make arrangements to get it intercepted, but it was already at a warehouse and already at a distribution center, but I think she was able to intercept it. But that was also a red sign. Sign number 2, my mom did not realize that she would not be able to share the address of where she lived, which is concerning to know that they actually got to and scolded my mother for wanting to bring pots and pans there. And then, like I stated, the third thing, she planned to do video chatting frequently, and that did not occur. And in fact, we found out that the only time she had a phone conversation was 2 times with someone outside of carbonation. She was able to make a phone call 2 times to have an audio phone call in the 3 months that she was there. And also, if she was able to text a message to her friend, our friend here in the United States, my mom's very, very good best friend, when she sent messages to her, my mother asked her, please delete the messages because I don't know if they'll be able to tell that I was talking to you. We're not supposed to be on our phones. We're not supposed to be contacting people. And so I could get in trouble. So when we're done talking, just delete the Facebook messages from your side and I'll delete mine because I don't know what still shows up. And so my mom's best friend removed those items. She said that she could tell when she talked to my mom because the conversation was different, where they were talking about personal experiences and like real actual things that my mom talks about. Whereas the other times when my mom's friend would text a message, the messages that came from my mom's supposed Facebook Messenger was very short and like 2 or 3 words, and I love myself or some kind of sentence like that, which is not how my mom talks.
I never knew Mama Dia had a sickness.
You a lying ass nigga, bro.
She came here happy as hell like everybody else in here. You gonna tell me what happened with my shit? You gonna
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You see what I'm saying? You're talking about my life here, and I'm right here in front of you. How are you gonna sit there and talk about my life to me?
Okay.
And there's a lot of things that I have out there that are misunderstandings, and I'm willing to explain them if you're willing to understand them. But if you're gonna take your side of the story and gonna tell me what happened in my life, that shit is crazy. How the hell I'm gonna tell you what happened in your life? Cause I'm a liar. Or you gonna believe Young Pharaoh about what happened in my life? Nigga, you out your goddamn mind. I can explain everything that's happening in my life from my perspective, because it happened to me. You can't tell me what the fuck happened in my life. Who the hell are you? I was here. You wasn't. You just using some goddamn allegories and he said, she said to come up with some theory, but I'm the one with the facts.
So when she died, why you didn't tell nobody at first?
Because we had to make sure we contacted the family. We had to make sure we did a lot of things. What the fuck I look like? Oh, she died.
Why you print out that fake? Why you print out that fake death certificate and fill it out yourself?
You got this. Let's get it. Let's get it. What paper got?
I'm 1%. I'm 1%.
got it right.
My phone is on 1%.
Wait. Oh yeah, I know your phone is on 1%. Let's get it.
Pull it out. Pull it out.
We got the files.
Pull it out.
Here it is.
Why y'all send your own naked? I know you printed that out on Google. You printed that out on Google.
We didn't print this shit out on Google. Look at this one.
You can pull that up blank.
Pay attention.
What you talking about, bro? I'll pull that up right now.
You wouldn't know you wasn't here.
Okay. Okay.
You wouldn't know.
I know she did.
This came from the
I know she died. I know she died because you told her it was all in her mind.
You the truth.
So how did Mama Dia die? Mama Dia died because she had heart surgery. When I tell you this, Mama Dia had a bad heart. She had a bad heart. It'd be different if you seen people around here dropping dead, but you don't see people around here dropping dead. That was a special case, and so therefore you need that. That's number one. Number one, you don't know what happened. Number one. Number two,
you got her killed. You killed her.
Okay, so
you killed her.
You a roach. That's what you is. You was a roach.
How am I a roach?
Are you a vegan?
I didn't come on here to be a roach.
Are you vegan?
Am I vegan?
Yeah.
I'm very much vegan, my dude. Very much vegan. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know how I know you're not vegan? Because you repeated the question. You repeated the question before you answered it, which is a clear indication psychologically that you just lied. But I hope you do become a vegan. But if a woman comes here
I am a vegan.
If a woman comes here that's 50, almost 60 years old, and she had a heart condition for 30 years, she stopped taking her medicine and started to try to live a healthy life. But the doctors did heart surgery on her before, and the lady had been in and out of the hospital her whole life for her heart, and her heart goes bad while she's here. That's not my fault.
Hey, look.
It shouldn't be.
Hey, look. I'm gonna just say one more thing and then I'm out. Hey, look, I'm gonna think.
Before you go into that, can I just explain Mama Dia first so that people could understand what happened?
Go ahead.
Because they want to know about Mama Dia. Okay. There's a lady, she was in her 60s, 50s, and 60s. She had a heart problem for about 30 years.
Uh-huh.
She was watching my teachings, and she wanted to come join us. When she came to join us, she had some medicine. Now, she told us she don't like the medicine. She said, I don't like the way it makes me feel. She said, I don't need it. I didn't really get into her business like that. She's like, I don't really need it. She's been taking it, this is a grown lady. This is a 50-year-old lady. So naturally, if Nikki was to come to me, we would see her with some pills and we'd be like, yo, Nikki, you good? She like, yeah. I like, what medicine is that? What's going on? And Nikki was discreet about it. She was like, it's nothing. Don't worry about me. Like, I have an issue with my heart, but I don't like taking these pills because when I take these pills, they make me feel tired and they make me I want to go out. I want to go to the river. I want to have fun. But then I take these pills, they make me feel bad. So as a grown woman, we're going to look at Nikki and we're going to be like, all right, cool. She good. Like, we're not going to get in Nikki business like that. This was Mama Dia. So nobody going to tell Mama Dia, like, Mama Dia, you got to take the medicine or something. We didn't know her condition. We don't know her condition. She kept it light with us, right? So, okay. So eventually, one day she passes away in a tent. We all sleep in tents sometimes, like, right? So she passes away in a tent. We contact her family. It's no surprise to her family because her family's like, oh, we knew about her heart issue. We knew about everything that was going on with her. And so we was like, all right, cool. We made sure the body got to them in Honduras. We made sure everything we got the autopsy, which shows that she had a heart condition and she had a cardiac condition, right? Nobody else died in carbonation, bro. We're not killing people. You understand what I'm saying? So they took that incident and they keep repeating over and over and over that we killed Mama Dia. But we lost a friend. But she also let us know in her own way that she was coming to us to come to the highest frequency that she can go into the higher realms. So she got close to nature. She got to a higher understanding of consciousness, and then she passed away. Which was, to me, if she had a 30-year heart condition, she was literally going to waterfalls. We was having fun. You should see her last days of her life was absolutely bliss, right? And then she passed. They said that I killed her, and I'm like, no, I didn't kill anyone. We live the way we live here, and that's what happened. But they continue to repeat it over and over. And so I never address it because I think it's rude. And I don't owe nobody explanations when it comes to Mama Dia, which was our friend, and we want her to rest in peace. So we don't give it no attention. So this is the first time I ever even said anything about it. But just to let it be clear, because new people are coming along and they start chanting it too. Mama Dia, Mama Dia, Mama Dia. You don't know what happened. You wasn't here. So at the end of the day, with that being said, I want to allow Mama Dia
in her form to rest. And I'm not gonna address this never again. What was the age of your cousin?
I don't know her exact age. She's my father's first cousin.
Okay, well, around what age was she?
So my father just hit.
Hold on real quick, number 3. I'm gonna meet you right there. How old was she, Nature Boy? She was in your camp. She was a part of your family. So
No, I'm asking
pretty
her.
much answer. You can pretty much
Wait,
answer
I'm
your
asking,
question.
can you let us talk, please? Can you let us talk?
Yeah,
Can
but
you
I'm
let
going
us?
to interject. I am going to interject at any time that I choose to, because you do the same on your platform. So I expect for me to be able to do the same on
We
mine.
don't
In
do
all
age.
fairness.
We don't do age here in carbonation. We don't do age.
Okay. So with that being said,
I'm asking her
we
cousin.
don't do age.
I'm asking her cousin for.
So we're gonna skip that question. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Okay. So she was well off in her 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's just a 60-year-old woman. She knows her own life. She knows what she want to do. She can't be manipulated. This woman is a grown ass woman. And I say that in the sense that she was doing what she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get, because now y'all can't do it, because this is a 60-something-year-old woman that decided on what she was going to do with her life. I didn't know about no heart issues at all. When she got here, people told me she had pills. She not taking her pills. And because when people come here, sometimes back then, it was like people would come to me and they would have their own issues going on. I didn't know what was going on with people. I heard she took pills, and she is like, I don't like taking these pills. They make me feel sleepy. I want to be able to go out into the sunlight. I want to be able to go, and they make me feel drowsy. And so when she said that, this is a 63-year-old woman, 60-something-year-old woman telling us that she don't want to take those pills because they make her feel drowsy. She don't want to take them. She's good. She know what she got going on. We don't know. We just met this lady. She got a bag. She got her stuff in there. We like, oh, okay, cool. So we just continue to go as we go. So this is a grown woman. I want you to understand that she's 60-something years old. She's like our mom. She said she didn't want to take that meds. It made her feel drowsy. It made her feel like lethargic. She didn't want to take it. She'd been had this heart condition, she said, for 30 years. I said, okay, this lady knows what's going on. I got other things I'm thinking about in the camp. So let that be known as far as what the truth is. Okay? So this woman she made her own decisions, point blank period. Ain't nobody manipulate her or make her. This is a 63-year-old woman. Now I can see how you can say these young people, we can make them victims. We can say, oh, they don't know any better. They're not making their own minds up. You're manipulating them. They're just going on what you said. Okay, I can see that, but a 63-year-old woman knows that's been around for a minute. She knows exactly what she's doing. And so I didn't get her business.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this at this time. When she did die, what did you all do with her body?
We called we took her to the hospital because we live in Mexico. We in a bush. We live in Mexico. So we took the body out of the tent. We put it in our van because we couldn't call up ambulance because they were protesting on the streets. We took her to the hospital. The hospital would not take the body. So what we did, we took her to the coroner. They said, take her to the coroner. We took the body to the coroner. The coroner did an exam. He said it was the heart. They put the paperwork in. Then we contacted her family immediately, letting the family know like what's going on, what happened. Her said, all right, cool, we're gonna come get the body. I said, I bet. So they came to the coroner, they got the body and flew the body back to Honduras to have a funeral. That's exactly what happened.
Okay, so when you went to the coroner, was that who gave you the death certificate? And if so, do you still have the death certificate that you I showed on video of you showing?
It's been a minute ago. We don't have. It was Rambo and Key went there. Rambo and Key, they went to.
Okay, they went there, but I showed a video of my live in front of about 1,000 guests, and they seen you in possession of this death certificate. So I want to ask you.
I had a copy of the death certificate back then. Not the death certificate back then.
So you had did you have a copy or an original? And if so, why were copies made?
Well, I think it was the. I don't really know. I know there's the paperwork from the coroner. This been you gotta understand. It's been years ago. So I'm like, I have so much happen to me, and I'm focused on so many things that I don't know
so
what.
You did make a copy. So you did make a copy of the death certificate.
No, it was the original. I believe it was original because I don't got way to make a copy. There's no ways to make a copy at all because at the end of the day, we in the jungle. We was in the jungle, so there was no way to make a copy. So either way.
But you also had a MacBook. But you also had a Mac desktop, if I'm not mistaken. So you could easily make a
lady. When they fly the body off, they flew it from the coroner. They know what happened to her. Yo, her family knows what happened.
Hold on. I'ma let's bring it down. I know comment section. Throw them purple hearts in the comments. We're gonna bring the energy down. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna control it.
He does not allow people to have medical attention there. And this is why Mama Dia passed away when she was there in carbonation, because nobody is being taken care of properly. You know, everybody's being fucked mentally, but the physical body is like not even a factor.
But you was the statutory influence of why her life ended the way that it did. You influenced her to stop taking her medications. Whether she said that shit verbally out of her mouth that she wanted to stop taking them or not, my nigga, you were the culprit. You actually influenced her to stop taking her medication, you dumb ass nigga. That's why she passed away the way she did. Zoka baby passed the way she did because you had a whole nother intention for her child. You didn't give a fuck about her. You didn't give a fuck about her child. All you gave a fuck about was how you was gonna get rid of that baby so that you could fuck Zoka and potentially get her pregnant.
This lady came to me. She came to me one day. I swear to God, I cried all day that day. I didn't know what to tell the lady. And she said, and I'm gonna talk about this on another live because this is another topic. She came to me and she said, at the time, she called me Nana, I believe. She said, my leg is hurting. And I said, have you been taking your medicine? Because I knew that, well, before she came, Nature Boy had a conversation with her. I was always outside these conversations. I never did these conversations that he had with other women. When she came, I only knew bits and pieces. I knew she took medicine for her condition. And so when I asked her, was she taking her medicine? She said, yeah, I'll take it every now and then, but only when I feel like I need to. So in that moment, I told her, I was like, well, if you took your medicine and you still feeling, some kind of way, I think you should just ground. That's what I told her. I said, you should ground. You should just ground. And I said, or if you really feel like something is wrong, you should talk to Nature Boy because he has the control. He has the authority. There was nothing that I could have did for Mama Dia other than go to Nature Boy and tell her she needs to go to the hospital. So when I told her that, she knew she couldn't go, or she felt like she couldn't go. I felt her fear of going to Nature Boy and even talking to him about taking her to the doctor or taking medicine, whatever it is that she needed, and she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing, and by the time you know it, she passed away. A couple days later, from that initial moment when she told me that her leg was hurting, and I'm not no nurse, so I don't. If somebody come to me with some medical situation, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's going on with them. And you know what? You know fucking what? I was pregnant when Mama Dia was there. And that lady took care of me. I swear to God, that lady took care of me. And it wasn't no take care of me because she wanted to get close to Nature Boy. She took care of me because she seen what I was going through. That lady was an Aquarius. That lady was an Aquarius Sun, Cancer Moon, just like me. That lady had the same heart that I had. Like, she didn't want none of that. She didn't want none of that shit to go on in carbonation, none of it. And she did what she could. But before she could even leave, she passed away because of Nature Boy's negligence. Because of Nature Boy's negligence. Tanisha Malika just got out the hospital off of her deathbed because of Nature Boy. Because of him. Not because of me. Not because of somebody else. Not even because of her, but because of him. Because of the shit he put her through.
She died at night. It was like she died throughout the night. So I guess she died in the sleep. They said it was like a mini, like a heart attack. On the paper when to go get a autopsy. So by the time we seen her or we saw her, she was already, the blood had already filled out into the capillaries, and she was already gone. So we called the ambulance. We get her to the autopsy room. It was like, it's nothing that we can do other than get this process going. So me and Rambo was the ones that was out with her at the time. True was there too when we went to go take her to the autopsy place. So, but True left. Well, we first went to go take her. They said we had to take her back because there's nothing that they can do. So then we took her to the autopsy place next. So then it was just me and Rambo. Officially, it was me, Rambo, and True at first. They said there's nothing they can do because she's already gone. So it's like, there's nothing we can do. You got to take her to get an autopsy. And we went to this little spot to get an autopsy stuff. So we contact the police. We give them, it's me and Rambo now. So we give them her wallet, her passport, and some paperwork that she had. We gave it over to the cops or the police when we went to the police station after they did the autopsy, and they took it from there. We tried to contact her family. First it was me and Rambo contacting her. We was like, all right, we're gonna try to get this done. We went to the autopsy. It was like her uncle or somebody already had it taken care of. It's like her family already got it taken care of. Don't worry about it. All right, cool. We dipped. So what happened was she was talking. I think it was her daughter. I want to say was talking to Nature Boy specifically. So nobody there was a part of that conversation. So that conversation went left from what I know. After something happens, it's a stage. We got to go talk about it before they get a hold of it. So I didn't know the facts of it, like as far as her being on the medication and stuff like that. That was a conversation that she was having personally with Nature Boy. So not many people knew about it unless she was talking about it on the live or something like that. Nobody knew the ins and outs of it because she went to him personally to get there and personally to talk to all the time. And from what I heard, she was having pains prior to it happening, and she complained. She said she complained about her leg, something like leg pain or something. And the next day or the next couple of days after that, she was gone. So I don't know exactly what he said to her personally, but it wasn't anything to be urgent that we would get her help. It was just kind of like, I didn't know about it until later. Somebody else told me the story about what happened, about her going to him and telling her about the leg pain or whatever was going on. I didn't know about that until like after we left type shit. That's the truth behind it. Everybody was just looking in shock. And everybody was just looking in shock. Somebody was like, yo, where Mama D at? And it was like, go check on Mama D. And that's when Natural and I can't remember who went with them. Went to go check on it. And they came back. It was like, she ain't looking too good. I was like, what you mean? So everybody walked outside, and as we walked in, everybody just was standing around the tent. So I unzipped it, see what was going on. I looked in there. She's laying there. I hop in, go check everything. And I'm like, and that's how that went.
Was dear to me. She was such sweet, you know what I'm saying? When she first came there, because I was there when she first, showed up, you know what I'm saying? No one else was really there. It was just me and Nature Boy at that time. And she was there, and she was so sweet, you know what I'm saying? She was so sweet. She had medication and such like that. And at that point in time, it was said like, she didn't want to take it. She really didn't want to take the medication or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? We're like, all right, cool. But there was no extensive research or extensive questions asked about her health. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I wish I could have done is asked more about, the health in the state of her, you know what I'm saying? Because if someone's on medication and they're coming to the tribe, but they say they don't want to take the medication, you should really, ask further questions, because, that person is in your life now, and that person, it's their life, you know what I'm saying? But it's also your life. So if someone comes into your reality, if someone comes into your personal, space and says, I don't want to take medication or whatever, you should be like, okay, well, why don't you want to take this medication? Is there a reason? And even on top of that, what are your conditions? What's going on? Let's get the details behind, why, you know what I'm saying, and what you're even taking the medication for, before you just make a decision and you're in my personal space, you know what I'm saying? Because this could be something that could be costly down the road, you know what I'm saying? And if I had done my own due diligence, and if I had been more attentive and more aware, and more paying attention to the details, I would have asked those questions, and I definitely would have had a voice and had spoken up, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't, and that's something right there that I hold myself accountable for, because, I definitely should have, spoken up in those moments.